Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Jewel. I have a couple of flip throughs to do today, maybe even three, because I'm going to be putting some things in my Etsy shop. It's been a while since I've put anything new in there, so I've been working on these two absolutely gorgeous, I call them fashion designer, sewing themed heirloom journal lookbooks. And you'll see why as I go through them. Now in these are antique and vintage style books, and let me move this aside so I can show you something. In these two journals, I have put a ton of original antique pages from magazines ranging from the early 1900s, 1903, 1906, from the Delineator fashion magazines, the early McCall magazines, and also this amazing American fabric book that I was able to get a few years back, and this is from 1948, and this is a fabric book that was published for designers. So I have some pages in here with actual swatches of fabrics and things from this magazine, and this is absolutely gorgeous. So you'll see it, and I wanted to show you that those that's in there are some pages from that in these books. So let's start with this one. I have two of these, and they're similar but different, so I'm going to flip all the way through them. They're both different sizes, so let me measure this one first. This one, I have some antique buttons on it, and then this one is not an antique. And the front has just, because this fabric was so pretty, I didn't want to do any, a lot of embellishing on it. Plus, there's so much in this journal that I felt a simpler cover on both these would be best. I do have three different types of crocheted lace here. And these are large journals. This is 9.5 by 7. So they're big books, and I believe one is a 3-inch and one is a 2.5-inch spine. This one is the 2. Actually, it's over 2.5, but we'll call it a 2.5-inch spine. I have a removable tassel, and I feel like I'm a little bit too close. Let me see if I can bring this back a little bit and get up, since this book is so big. Now on the tassel, let me see if I can put it this way. It's still a little close, but I have some pearls, all sorts of different seam binding pearls. There's a bunch of different charms on here. There's some scissors. We've got some thread. Here's a scissor charm, a little thread charm, a little coat hanger charm. I have this little bobbin, or this little thread. I guess this is crochet kind of thread here. I've got some crocheted lace, some ribbons, and just some fabrics and stuff hanging. And this can be removed because it's actually attached and tied on the inside of this eyelet here. So if I were to go on the inside, you'll see where it hangs down. You can also use it as a bookmark. So when we get to the middle of the signatures, I'll show you. Now these books will lay flat because I did do a hollow spine journal, or a hollow spine binding. So here's the back. Some more of that beautiful fabric. So it's all been covered in that fabric, and I have a sari seam tie on this. And I have plenty left. It's long enough where the book can grow. All right, on the inside, I just have some trim here. I bound it with craft text, and also there's this beautiful paper here on the inside cover. So that's plain. There's no pockets here because I just wanted that, you know, those lovely vintage style fashions to show. Now, let's start here. I did do a video on how to create these multi-secret pocket inserts. So how this is there, as you can see, we have a little flip here, or a little pocket here out of a vellum envelope that I made, and this is some vintage style ephemera. Now, some of the ephemera in here I got from Tailor-Made Journals, and then another from Liana Scrap, and then some from the Graphics Fairy. And there's a lot of sewing and detail in this. So here's a little wooden button, and this is a cute little tag for journaling here. Underneath here we have another tag, and this is a old vintage, maybe even antique doily. It was, I cut it down, I think, from like either a large, it was a table runner, I believe. And I'm getting toward the end of this now, so I'm gonna miss it when it's gone. Another vintage, and you can see I did use some of this pretty paper in behind. I think that was, well, it's either from the Tailor-Made Journal or Liana Scraps. I'm not sure which one. Okay, so then also in here, there's a large tuck with a large tag, journaling card, and I did do some ribbon style trim of the sari silk down the side. Then this flips, so there's room for writing here. And then we have a pocket at the top here with this vintage sewing pattern. This is from the, I believe, the cover. And then a little charm here with a Singer sewing machine and some sari there. And this is coffee stained on the back of this. I've got it matted on some cardstock. So I'll just leave that out. And then another tuck here on this other side with another vintage pattern cover. And this has a little button charm here and some more sari. And there's the back of that one. And then this flips back like that. And then this flips this way. And we have a large pocket here out of this beautiful lace. It's a very, it's like a European style lace. And in here we have two more tags for writing on. Vintage sewing ephemera. And then I did a little embellishment here. It says Family Sewing Machines, a little bobbin here, or a little thread rather. And isn't this a cute image? I just love that one. And up here we have another tag to write on. So that's in that. And then we'll flip on. We have a pocket here with just some collaging here, cheesecloth. This paper is Stamperia paper here. So we have a large journaling card here and just some twine, because you can see they have some, showing some twine on that cardstock. So, and then maybe this little tag here tucked in the front. And here's one of the pieces from that fabric magazine, and I don't know, I'm going to put this way so you can kind of see that. And then I have some trim down the side here, and there are a lot of charms hanging from the sides of all my ribbons that I have off the edge of some of the pages. And I put this for stability more, you know, it's pretty to look at, but for stability as you turn the pages, because these are older magazines. So here's the flip side of that. So it's fun to read all of this, you know, these old pages. So we have a place to write here and a place to write here. And the reason why, I mean, there are plenty of pages to write on, but you can see as I go through it, I call it a lookbook. I have some baking paper here, mostly to protect this this is from 1906. And this is from the Delineator magazine, fashion magazine. And when I sewed these in, because they're quite gentle, you know, I don't, you know, I don't think they'll rip because of the kind of paper they were on, but they are so old that I did do hinges when I sewed them in, just so that they would not rip out of the binding. And I wanted to tell you, I think yes, there are 4 signatures in this book. So I do have some coffee and stain paper, and I did do some blue watercolor in here, a little stamping. Room to write. Room to write on the back of this paper as well. Little stamp. A little stamping here. This is, yeah, the back of this paper. Did do a hinge on this because this is kind of not a real heavy paper. And you can see I have a lot of different size pages in here so that you can see, you know, if you're going to do some type of writing here, then you have, oops, let me get in frame. So you can see the writing on this old magazine paper. So it's kind of fun to have the different sizes. Okay, let's go on here. Then I have a fabric flip here with a little bit of embellishment up here on some coffee stained paper. Another from the Delineator magazine, fashion magazine. I think this is from 1903. And we've got a little button down here on a ball pin with some fabric. 1906. Love these beautiful illustrations. From the fabric magazine, colors, it says, and it has just, I don't know, like a little poem here. We have a belly band here. It flips down. So you can just tuck something in here. Just has a little tab there with some Velcro. And this large tag here. And actually on the back of this is some old, it's from the pattern itself. And I just flipped it over. So I thought that would be fun to write on, and there's a little bit of gold shimmer there, and some fun stitching. Now on this, I fussy cut this antique sewing cabinet, and I don't know if it's picking it up, but I did do the metal leg parts and the metal, you know, in the like the drawer pulls, etc., with glossy accents. And then I made it a tuck. So I thought that was fun. And we have this tag here and another tag here and a antique style eyelet and some sari. Another page from, oh no, this one's from the McCall's magazine. And this was the, I think in the 1920s, because I had to trim it down a little bit. So the date is off of the edge. But it is the early 1900s. So this is Paris themed fashions. Room to write. Beautiful, colorful illustration here from one of the magazines. There is a slight tear here, so I might come in and do a little washi right there. And I did in the other journal have to come down and, because the edges were so fragile, do a little bit of washi so that when you turn the page, it would stay nice. A little bit of stenciling here. This is from the fashion magazine. and this flips up, and this is the way it came. So I thought that was fun, and you could journal on here. And I think it talks about fabric color in Milady's hair, eyes, and complexion. Oh, that's funny. We've got some fabric here on the end and a little, yarn roll. Okay, we've got another one of these multi-pocket, whatever I want you call it, I might do a, though I may not remember how I did this. So this is a multi-flip deal, but I could maybe reconstruct it and do a tutorial on it. But I did it out of pattern, antique pattern paper, the actual pattern. And I have a tuck here with a collage that I cut down one of my little master boards. And we have this tag here. So that's the first flip. This flips open here. We have another tuck spot here. We have some trim here. This flips open. It's an envelope. Some more trim here. A little stamping. And in here I've tucked a piece of ephemera. Antique sewing style, or yeah, let me see. Agent for Sewing Machines. I guess this is an advertisement. Another one here. And this is some more of my collaging here. With I did some burlap here, and then there's all sorts of different fabrics and different things in here. So that's fun. Then we have a large pocket here. So there's a lot of room in here. Some trim here, and this large journaling card of all sorts of scissors for sewing. And okay, on this side I did do some collage down here. These are buttons and some cheesecloth. There's some washi down here. This little fussy cut item here. And then some more trim, and then I have some threads here. And it's simply clipped on with a ball pin. It can be removed. This is a flip here. In this flip I have a just this this is from Stamperia paper, and this says handmade with love, little hang tag, and a little bit of collage here, and this is a stitching here in that pocket. This flips. This is off of I'm sorry. This came, I picked up something at the Goodwill that it was an old sewing basket and had antique items in it. And obviously this woman hand knit things, and this was her little tag, and she had some extra tags in there. So I thought that was fun. And then I have a card in this envelope. Then this is just a little stamping here, says journal, and this flips up so you can journal here. And then we have a large tuck up here with a large tag, super large tag. And I could do this for a large tag because this book was so big. It was 9 inches long. So we have some ribbon that is a, tape measure. Okay, and then this flips again, and we have another pocket here, and again some, trim here, and 2 tags in here, and then again some more sari. This is from the fashion, the fabric book. Little stamping here, or stenciling. September 1900, actually. This magazine was from September 1900. I was very fortunate to have found these, and I've been collecting them for a few years, the delineator on eBay whenever I see them. They're a bit costly, but I like to put them if I'm doing fashion magazines in the book, you know, fashion books rather, fashion style or sewing style in the books. So beautiful color illustrations. Room for journaling here. So you can see I have quite a few in this book of the original pages from the antique magazines. Okay, now this is the middle of, the two signatures, and this is where you can take this sorry and use it as a bookmark, or you can untie and take the tassel off here. So I just have that right down the middle there. All right, in this pocket, I have two large journaling cards. It says she spends hours in the sewing room. So, sweet old vintage style of ephemera. We've got a few pockets here. In this front pocket, I've got some sorry and these two journaling tags or cards, or some trim here, and then a pocket up here. And there's room for other things in the pockets. I just didn't want the book to get too large. And you can see, again, why I call it a lookbook. I mean, how fun is it to see all of these old fashion styles? I did some washi here, just to protect the when I sewed it in. Parchment, writing paper, and then another, this is from 1900. And then I made a large tag here out of this old pattern cover. And right here is one of my embellished paper clips. And you can move that through the book. You can see it's a large book, 1900. Parchment writing paper. I thought this digital was really fun because it's like a collage of vintage sewing ephemera and photos. Here we got Styles for Boys. I believe this is the same 1900 magazine. Okay, in this pocket, I had this vintage seam binding package, and these were all they were empty, and they were just in that old sewing kit. And then I just made a little tag to go in it. So it's just like a little pocket with a tag, and that's in there. And then also another journaling tag here. And then we have a pocket up here and two more tags, and I just did some fun stitching on this sorry here. So that's in there. Okay, in this pocket, I think this is Tim Holtz paper right here. I could be mistaken, but I believe it might be. We've got two large journaling cards. This one I did some sorry at the top in that eyelet. Okay, here's one of the swatches. This is cotton, glove fabric, coating, and something else, and that's out of that fabric. And we've got another sewing machine on the fabric ruffle. I love this image. Okay, 1929 is the McCall's magazine. In this pocket, I did a, I took one of the seam binding empty packages and I made a little booklet out of it. So this is fun. With some old offcuts and ledger papers. And this is just Velcroed. This was a fun paper. I like the way this coffee staining with the blue ink, the blue watercolor came out. Did some stenciling here of parchment for writing. I have a vintage button on the edge here. And I've saved this for years, this button. I just thought it was so pretty. So I put it on the edge here because I thought it went well. And this is from that, excuse me, McCall's 1929. I did a collage of fabric here, like a patchwork. And what I did is I made it into, I did it on a file folder. And I made it into a center pocket. And then I just have some embellishing down here with some brads. And then this is such a beautiful photo, and it's so colorful, or graphic rather, that you might not even want to tuck anything in these pockets. And I've got Grow Game ribbon down here. And then some ribbon down, or some fabric, green fabric ruffle down the edge here. But in each of these, I did do some tags, so, and some trim. It's a brad there. And the other side of that patchwork style collage. Another page from the 1929 McCall's. And I've got a button on a ball pin here. And all of these can, if they get in the way, if you're going to use it for writing or journaling, they may not. I put them so they could hang off the side, so they wouldn't. So, you know, but they can be removed. The Handcrafted Boutique. August 1929. And the back of that, here, this says calfskin, suede, corduroy, felt, velveteen, and gabardine. And then the back cover is the same as the front. I'm going to do the flip through of the other one in the next video over. So that would be this one. And then I did do a process video on how I took this box and achieved it to make it look like it's a leather cover box. And I'm going to be putting these books, this is a little book set, in my journal, or in my Etsy shop as well. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that flip through and you enjoyed seeing all of those old pages. These are not going to be in my Etsy store until tomorrow. Today is Wednesday. Tomorrow is Thursday. Okay, and Friday is my giveaway. So if you guys are new to my channel and you have not seen what June's giveaway is going to be, I'm giving away this little antique book. I did do a flip through of that. And then this is a fabric ephemera folder, and in it, and it's got fabric on the inside, and it's full of ephemera. So that's going to be June's giveaway. And if you haven't entered, look down in my videos and you'll see where you can enter and what to do to enter to get these 2 items. Okay guys, have a blessed day. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.